Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Quest for Knowledge. Today we are going to go through with the poem and with the summary of To My Valentine written by Ogden Nash. So this one is for the BCom 4th Sem English, a long awaited video. Sorry for make you to wait for this actually. And so let's get started. First we'll go through about the poet. Okay, Ogden Nash. Ogden Nash 1902 to 1971 is an amazing humorist who always adds a kind of a joke, a kind of a humor in almost all in his work, whose short pithy poem entered the realm as an American literature treasure. People loved his writing. With more than 20 books to his credit, he is a versatile writer for children and of all ages. Okay, so what is about the poem? The title of the poem usually provides a clue to the content, and so the reader expects that this poem to be romantic in tone. But Ogden Nash has rejected the usual clinch and which arrays often used to convey love. So basically here Ogden Nash has not used like you are the love of my life, I'll bring moon to you, I'll just keep you in my eyelashes. These all are the things what actually people will say. Okay, I'll never let you down. This kind of the comparison which always the people say when they are in love to their love partner. But here the kind of a comparison he has done is a really weird one, really a kind of a humorous one actually, which we have not expected. Okay, so that is why it is like we think it will be romantic, but he has actually matched the emotion of the opposite. But Ogden Nash has rejected this usual cliché which arose often used to convey love. And unconventionally, he compares the emotion of love with hatred, irritation, and pain. So he has not compared the love with with the with the nature, with God. He has compared the love in a very weird manner with hatred, with irritation, and like pain, thus confounding reader expectation brought about by the title of the poem. The poem abounds with references to and comparison with unpleasant bodily sensation and emotion. So here you will be able to see his love is being compared with the sting of a wasp, the jerk of a subway train, hatred, etc. Nash consciously defamiliarizes our familiarity with perception of what constitutes love and how is love described. But love can arouse similar sensation to those experiences referred to in the poem. Nash explores themes of love and dedication through hyperbolic statements that testify to his devotion. The mood and tone are both joyous and optimistic throughout the poem. So now let's start with the poem. So you would have heard the song I hate you like I love you, I love you like I hate you. So it's vice versa kind of a poem. Okay, more than a catbird hates a cat. So catbird means a bird, okay, which cries like the bird when it's cry, it sounds like a cat is crying. Okay, that is why it is called as catbird. Every bird will hate cat. Okay, why? Because cat will prey the bird, it will eat. Okay, cat will eat the bird, so every bird will hate a cat. So that is why I more than a catbird hates a cat. So my love is here, the love is being compared to the hatred, the hate, how much a catbird will hate a cat, or a criminal hate a clue, how much a criminal will hate a clue. Why? Because once a clue is found, he will be in jail. Why? Because the investigator will find them out at any cost. Why? Because he has left the clue. So every criminal will hate any kind of a clue. So how much a criminal hates a clue, like that my love is to you. Or the Axis hates the United States. Axis means this poem, when it is written on that time, it is Axis is referred to Russia, Italy, Germany, Italy and Japan. Why? Because they are enemy with the United States of America on that time. So here, how much these three countries hates United States, that much I love you. Why? Because here he's trying to tell you about the vibration, the frequency, the hate is that kind of the same frequency and vibration the love has. Extreme love creates extreme hate, and extreme creates extreme love. So both hate and love has the same kind of vibration and frequency. So he is comparing love with the hatred here. So how much a catbird hates a cat, how much a criminal hates a clue, how much the three countries hate America, that much I love you. So in this first para, you will be able to understand that his love is being compared with the hatred. Now in the second para, the poet is comparing his love with some other kind of some other manner. As you can see, I love you more than a duck can swim. So how fast a duck swims? Okay, I love you more than a duck can swim. And more than a grapefruit squirts. So grapefruit, when you just pressure the grape, it will squirt, the water will flow out of it. So that is I love you more than the grapefruit squirts. I love you more than a gin rummy is a bore. How boring is playing the card. I love you more than that. And more than a toothache hurts. How much my teeth pains when I'll have a toothache. More than that I love you. As a shipwrecked sailor hates the sea. Now you can understand it's related to his love related to the emotions. So when a ship is wrecked and sailor will die, when a ship is wrecked, the sailor will die. On that time, how will be his emotion when he'll see the sea? Why? Because he's going to anyhow he's going to get drawn into that. So the feeling, the emotion on that time, the sailor will be having the same kind of emotion I have for you, my love. So here is the love is compared with some of the emotions. So as a shipwrecked sailor hates the sea, that much I love you. Or a juggler. Juggler means a person who will be entertaining by throwing 3 to 4 knives into the air and catching it. So that juggler will hate a shove. Show means suddenly a entertainer is being getting insulted from the audience, and he's being told to go away from the show. No, don't entertain. So that every entertainer will hate, no, that he to be driven away. So that is what every juggler will hate a show. As a hostess detest unexpected guest. How much we people hate sudden guests. Suddenly guests are appearing and we need to host them. We really don't like that. So I love you more than the hostess detest unexpected guest. That's how much I love you. So here he's showing some of his emotions and some of his irritations and hatred. He's comparing his love with hatred, irritation, emotion, etc. Now he in the fourth para he says, I love you more than a wasp can sting. I love you more than a wasp can sting. A snake can sting, a scorpio can sting. How much painful that wasp will be. I love you more than that wasp can sting. And more than that subway jerks. It means how the train fastly moves, how sudden movements is there. I love you more than that sudden movements. I love you as much as a beggar needs a crutch. So beggar, he has to show himself as helpless to get more of the money from the people. So he need to show himself as homeless, helpless. He need to show himself a crutch. he needs a crutch so that he can beg more money. So I love you more, as much as a beggar needs a crutch. A crutch is a kind of a wheel, two wheeler. Uh, wheel wheelchair. Okay. And more than a hangnail irks. Hangnail means in our finger, apart from our nail, there will be a skin will be out, and it will irritate you a lot. It will be very small, but it will pain a lot. So how much a hangnail irritates, that more than that hangnail irritation. Irk means irritation, hangnail means neck, beside our nail there will be a skin will be out. It will irritate us a lot. So that the poet is comparing with the irritation. I love you more than that hangnail irritation. And then lastly, I swear to you by the stars above, a kind of a childish kind of a he is trying to compare the love, that I swear to you by the stars above. It means he's referring to heaven, and below, if such there be, as a high court lotus perjurious oath is. High court will hate. Perjurious means lie. Lie. Oaths means swearing. If a person is giving a lie, is telling a lie by keeping, like how we keep our Bible or Gita and Quran, and in the court we say that by to the swear of this holy book, whatever I say the truth. So this is the oath. So when somebody is taking the oath from the holy book and he's telling a lie, every high court will feel irritated, insulted when he says a lie. Okay, that's how you are loved by me. That's how you are loved by me. Oh my god, such a weird kind of a comparison. We as Indian songs, what we go through, it's like I'll bring you stars, I'll bring you moons, I'll keep you in my eyelashes. It's completely opposite. So here the title of the poem is usually providing a clue to the content, so the reader expect that this poem to be romantic, but not at all. It's very weird. But Ogden Nash has rejected the usual clicks which are so often used to convey love, and unconventionally compared the emotion with hatred, irritation and pain, thus confounding readers' expectation brought about by the title of the poem. Here the poem abounds with references to comparison with unpleasant bodily sensation and emotion. As you can see, the sting of a wasp, the jerk of a subway train, hatred. Nash consciously defamiliarizes our familiarity with perception of what constitutes love. What we think as love, he is completely trying to change our imagination. Our perspective is completely changed after reading to this poem. But love can arouse similar sensation to those experiences referred to in the poem. Actually, the frequency, the vibration we will have on such times, the same kind of a vibration will be there when we are in love. So that is why he is trying to compare those emotions in a very, very weird manner. After that, the tone of the poem might be described as avuncular insofar as it is way in which an adult and a child might communicate with each other about love. Some might describe the comparison in the poem as rather silly. Others may feel the poem is charming, amusing, and unusually creative, candid in its straightforward openness and sincerity of expression. So it is like a child and adult communication. Some people may feel it as silly. Everyone has their own perspective of love. Child perspective of love will be different than other people, like adults. So it is a communication between a child and an adult. Some will think it as a silly one, some will think it as a charming one. Why? Because everyone has their own way to express their love, but the way he has expressed is truly sincere, I feel. After that, Nash is renowned for his use of the punning device. Note the word jerk, which describes the movement of a subway train, but is also an American slang word to describe a mean person also. Note the allusion is the reference to gin rummy as a bore. Perhaps the card game Gin Rummy is boring to the voice, but perhaps also he would prefer a shot of the hard stuff. The final verse of the poem cleverly affirms that the speaker is telling the truth in his declaration of love. You may also feel that there is a reference to the conventional childlike idea of heaven in this verse insofar as the speaker is calling into the question the idea that heaven is above the star. When the poet is telling that I love you from the stars above, that is from the heaven. It means that line is being, the last line is referred to heaven. It is a very much childlike idea. Okay, so that is it. Everyone has their own way to express their love. So here the love is being compared with the vibration we'll have into the vibration when we heat something, the vibration when we are getting irritated by something, the pain we get. So love is being compared to irritation, emotion, pain. Okay, it is not everything we need to say that I'll bring you moon, I'll bring you star, I love you from more over the I from you from this like how much the sky is into the world. It's better we can also express our love in a very silly manner also. So that is it. I hope if you like this video, do like, share, subscribe, comment, and how you will express your love to your partner in your own way. Do describe that. Thank you very much.